Okay, so let's go with the topics what we have in the SAP MM. Okay, so that we can plan accordingly how we can uh, go ahead furtherly. Okay, so there will be an enterprise structure configuration. Okay, and enterprise wherever I just mentioned the configuration, that was a completely configuration. Okay, so this was a enterprise structure design. Okay, so we can put like in the top what is the configuration and what is the master data and what is the transactional data. Okay, so let's go to the enterprise structure. Okay, this is one configuration which we need to do. So as we discussed here last time, okay, every area like material management, SD and PP, FICO, they have their own structure, hierarchy levels. So here, from our point of view, if you want to do the practice, okay, we need company code, okay, and we need plant, and we need purchase organization, okay, and we need a store location. Okay, so these are the main from MM point of view. Okay, if we have these are the enterprise structures which we defined, then we can go ahead for the testing from our point of view. Okay, and if it is from the SD point of view, so this is relevant to MM, right? I'm saying this is MM relevant, right? So if there is any SD configuration which is like integration point of view, like third party, or it may be stock transport order, there we are integrating with the sales and distribution, right? From material management to sales and distribution. In that case, we need sales organization and distribution channel. Okay. We need division. Okay, so these are the major things, okay, which we need while creating enterprise structure configuration. Okay, so company code, plant, purchase organization, store location. So from this is the point of view. Okay, and in the SD we have sales organization, distribution channel, division. These are the major point of view from the SD point of view. And other than this one, we also have the shipping point. Okay, so shipping point where we are dispatching the stock or where we are receiving the goods. From SD point of view, shipping point is one of the configuration. Okay, to identify the where exactly your shipment is started. Okay. Okay, so this is the these are the major things, but other than that, we have some other configuration also, controlling area and chart of accounts from the financial and accounting levels. They have their own. Okay, so company code will come from the point it is from FI finance side. Okay, but if we don't have financial consultant, then from for practicing purpose, we are also creating the company code. So I can put this as a separately, okay, so because it's not MM related, okay, it's a company code which is FICO configuration, okay. So company code, chart of account, controlling areas, okay, and maintenance areas. They have some of the configuration enterprise structures which is there. Okay. So this is the first unit to be defined, then unit to be assigned. So last time when I just shown to you, okay, we have to define that how many plants we have, how many purchase organization we have, how many sales organization we have, how many divisions, distribution channels we have. Okay, so then we have to what we have to do, we have to do the assignment, because there should be interconnection, right? Under this purchase organization, it is represented to which company code, and it represents to which plant, because there is a multiple purchase organizations also there. Okay, so individually purchase organization can be connected to the plant, or multiple purchase organizations can be connected to plant or company code. Okay, so in that case, how because I have multiple company codes, in that case, if I have multiple purchase organization, you should be assigned the proper company code, the purchase organization, right? So let's here when we talk about purchase organization, okay, there is a three types of purchase organizations we have. Okay, individual, which is like plant level. Okay. individual plant level. So plant level. So this is what will be happen here. The patch organization. This is the individual plant patch organization that was connected only single plant. So each plant have their own individual patch organization. Okay. So there is a possibility like we can use the same patch organization for the multiple plants, or we can define the plant level patch organization also we can define.
Okay.
And there will be a like cross plant, cross company code related. Okay, so when it is cross plant, what will be happen? There might be multiple patch organizations like so single patch organization can be converted to connected to multiple plants. So the same patch organization is responsible for all the purchasing for the multiple plants. Okay.
Oh.
And if it is company core level patch organization, if it is company core level patch organization, what will happen? You will be defining this patch organization at company core level. That means that patch organization is responsible for all the plans under this company code. So might be one company code have the multiple plans, right? So what are the plans which is there for all the plans? Okay, the patch organization will be taken care. Okay, clear? So across all the plans, under company code, and this is the individual plant. Okay, and you can define like cross plant, like if it is multiple plants. Okay, clear? For multiple plants, one single patch organization can be, for multiple plants, one single patch organization can be handled.
Okay.
Okay, so you got the point, right? What is the difference here, right? Individual and cross and company level, right? You got the point, right? So any doubts here?
No.
So what is the patch organization? Patch organization is like they are dealing with the agreements, long-term agreements, and price negotiations. Okay, vendor discussions. All these things will be happen from the patch organization level. Now, coming to the master data here. Okay, when we're talking about the master data. Okay. So as we said that we have the material master record, okay, and the vendor master record, and purchasing info record. Okay, and source list, the quota arrangement, and the condition records. Right. So these are the master data. So I'm talking about the MM related. What are the topics which we will be covering in future? Okay, and transaction data. Okay, so when coming to the transaction data, purchase requisition. So when we're talking about purchase requisition, it will be have the create purchase requisition, display, change, and okay, and you can also see the multiple items, how we can create single item, multiple items with account assignment categories, with item categories. Okay, how we can how we can create purchase requisition with reference of RFQs. Okay, so like there are so many it will be, right. So all it will be covered. And a purchase order. The second thing is purchase order and RFQs. Okay, and inventory management and invoice verification.
So transactional.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
The live.
So sorry.
Transactional data will be having the live system, right?
Yeah, this is the live system. This is also live system, and this is also in the production system only we will be performing. But this is the one-time record which we are performing, and this is the regular activities, transaction data.
Okay.
Clear? Okay. Now let's go to the configuration. So what are it will be covered here? Okay, so when we talking about the metal master related, okay, so when we just talking metal master configuration, okay, so the main thing here, it is a material type creation and material type controls, okay, and material type field selections control, okay, material type number range defined, okay, and so this is the when we talking about the metal master record, so the main thing is material type. So the material type will be controlling that, okay, the field selections, number range, how it will be like, all it will be covered under this material types. Okay, so you can say instead of material type, you can say metal master record here. So in metal master record, how the fields we can control, because if you see that when I'm just creating a metal master record, if my company no need the gross weight. Suppose in the standard metal master record, if I just think that gross weight and net weight is very important. Okay, but in my industry, we are not using this gross weight, net weight, so we don't need that information. Or might be for raw materials, which is not required, for finished goods, which is required. So how you can control these fields? So how the system understand that whether this is a very mandatory field and this is not mandatory field and this is just optional and this is for just information? How the system knows that? So how that we can do in the configuration level, that we will discuss here. Okay. And creating material types. So I have multiple material types are there. Suppose raw materials I have, finished goods I have, semi-finished goods I have. So the number range, okay, my client requested that I just want to differentiate the number range number for the material number. Let's say raw material, it is started with 1 series. Okay, finished goods, it will be start with 2 series. Okay, packing materials, it should be start with the 3 series. So how system will understood that when I just creating the material number, how system will understood that which material number should be replicated while creating new material number. So that number range controls we are performing here. Okay, clear? Dipti, are you there?
Hello.
Dipti, are you there?
I'm there.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Is it audible? Is it audible? Okay. So you got a point, right? So when you're creating material master record, so material type is nothing but like what type of the material you're planning to create. Okay. So if suppose I have so many materials are there. Okay. So if I go to my kitchen, okay, I have the so many materials like packing materials we have, raw materials we have, ingredients. Okay. So I can say that what raw materials is different, packing materials different, semi-finished goods are different, and finished goods is different. Finished goods are those are we are planning to sell to the customer, are the final product, right? This final product preparation, we need the raw materials and packing materials and semi-finished goods and perishables, all these things, right? So material types will be like raw materials, packing materials, perishables. Okay. So the kind of the might be the final product will be different and the components will be different, right? So whenever we just talking about that in my company, the components like raw materials and the packing materials and okay semi-finished goods. When the final product is like FG product, finished goods product, that we are planning to buy the we are planning to sell to the customers, right? So how the system knows that when you creating a material number or when you planning to create a material, how the system knows that whether this is your final product or this is your component and this is the like packing material, how system knows that? So the type of the material. So you have to be select that what is the material type here. Okay. So based on the material type, okay, the system will understood that okay, this is the you planning to create the finished goods. Okay. So you already configured like the number series should be start with 2 series, and you already selected some field selection controls like some fields are very important, some fields are not important. Those are optional information. Okay. So based on all this configuration, the system will be planned and it will be creating the material number. So obviously, material type is a very, very important when you creating the metal master record. Clear?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So when we talking about the metal master record, so majorly we are talking about the material types. Okay. So other than this one, okay, maybe we can also plan like purchasing group creation, because you can also justify that okay, this material will be taken care by this purchasing group, the buyer group. Okay, and you can plan that unit of measures. Maybe we have different standard unit of measures we have. Okay, and we can plan the distribution channels, divisions. Okay, so like there are so many fields are there. So every field we will be discussing here. So the point here is whatever it is relevant to the metal master record, that we will discuss in the metal master record. Okay, because there are lacks of the materials. Okay, so lacks of the fields which is there in the metal master record. So every field it is not necessary for us. Okay, it is only be required only for the metal management related.
Okay.
Okay, now when we're talking about a metal master record, okay, when we're talking about a metal master record, I'm just going sequentially both. Okay, so when I'm just going with the master data, metal master record, I'm just sequentially, I'm just covering the configuration and I'm just covering the what it is necessary in the master data. Okay. Okay. So when we just talking about the master data, okay. So I said already material type is very important. Okay. So what are the material types we have? Standard material types. So ROH, I'm just giving the 1 or 2 examples here, but we have so many we have. Okay. So FERP goods. Okay. HAVA trading goods. Okay. And VERP packing materials. Okay. ERSP something here is something which is there. Okay, that is spare parts it is. CRSW or ERSP or something which is there. I think W it is. Okay, something which is there. I will just tell you later. So spare parts. Okay, so pipeline products. Okay, so like if there are so many analogy, non-stock material, non-value material, so many it is there. So many material types are there. Okay, so when you are planning to create a material master record, material number or material a product name, if you are planning to create, then you just understand that what type of the material you are planning to create. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, and how these material types will be controlling and how the material types will be justified at which number range and which fields it is controlling, that in the configuration level. Okay. Clear?
Okay.
So now here when you creating metal master record, okay, you also need to be understand that there is a departments are there. So we can say departments or we can say views. Okay. So what is the department and what do you mean by difference? Okay, what is the department? So I can say that okay, every material it is not necessary to all the departments. Okay, because suppose I'm the salesperson. Okay, I'm the salesperson. I don't need to understand that what raw materials you are using and what components you are using, what packing material you are using. So I don't need that information. I need only finished product that I will sell to the customer. So I'm dealing with the final products only, finished goods. I will not deal with the any raw materials or components, packing. Might be packing materials which is required sometimes, but raw materials, no, I don't need. So in that case, when I'm just creating the raw materials, so I don't need to select the sales people, sales organization views. Okay.
Okay.
So here how they are defined, like each and every department, okay, each and every department have their some of the data. Some of the data will be stored in the some of the department. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So how they are divided here? Basic data, yes,
Mhm.
it is required for everyone. So they are given that some of the fields they are saying that okay, these are the common for everyone. Might be
Mhm.
finance team required, MM team required, sales team it is required, warehouse team they are required. So some of the basic information which they are putting into basic data information. Okay, then purchasing data. So some of the very important fields which we need to run the purchase orders, purchase requisitions. Okay, those it will come under the purchasing view. Okay, what are the fields which is very helpful to create the purchase orders, purchase requisitions, and info records. Those it will be under the purchasing. Okay, then sales organization data 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so there are three views which is relevant to the sales organization. This is completely relevant to the SD. Okay, so and this is the again it is MM. Okay, it is common. Okay, so sales and distribution they majorly need to understand the sales organization data what it is there. Okay, so maybe sales unit. What just example I'm giving to that sales unit. Okay, so how they are planning to sell to the customer. So if I have the like powder. Okay, I have like powder, but in my company I have powders like 50 grams, 100 grams, 200 grams like. But when the sales people they are selling to the customer, they are selling only in the kgs. They're not selling in the grams. Okay, because the minimum of the that they are selling to the customer is kg. So 1 kg, 2 kg, 1.5 kg, 3 kg, 4. So they will not sell like 10 grams, 20 grams, 30 grams. Okay, but we are measuring that the least measurement. Okay, so in that case, what I can say, the least measurement based unit of measure is in the basic data to everyone common. It is like I can say like grams, but
Mhm.
when I'm just selling to the customer, okay, my sales unit is means always I will go with the kg.
Okay.
100 kgs, 200 kgs, like I will take order. I will not take the 100 grams, 200 grams like. Okay. And when I'm just suppose I'm just when I'm buying the same product from outside, okay. So purchasing unit when I'm just buying from outside, okay, order unit. We can say order unit. This is okay. When it is like might be I'm just going with that maybe boxes or tons.
Mhm.
So when I'm just purchasing that, okay, always I'm purchasing like 1 ton, 2 tons, 3 tons, like okay.
Mhm.
So when you dividing like this one, okay, when you dividing like this one, you also need to be mentioned that 1 ton is equal to how many grams. So suppose it is 1,000 grams, like
Okay. Okay.
10,000 grams. Let's say assume that 10,000 grams. Okay, then one kg is equal to how many grams. Like so, we need to be like define these conversions. Okay, how much it is conversion like because yeah, maybe if it is standard then okay, but if it is a customized one, then again we need to tell that to system okay you also always need to be understand that one box is equal to 20 kgs. Okay, maybe if
Mm,
suppose
mm.
they have the boxes, okay, so the system will not understand what is the box. Okay, so what you need to do, one box is equal to you have to tell that okay one box is equal to like 10 100 kgs.
Mm.
Okay, so that conversion also you have to be provided. Okay, so some of the information which is completely relevant to the SD, okay, those are in the sales organization data 1, 2, 3. Okay, and it is not only the base information, it is also like sales related process. Maybe they have this export sales, okay, they have that free sales, free item sales, and they have the some tax, zero exemptions tax. Okay, so all this information they will be covering the sales organization data 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay, so like in the procurement also purchasing related. And coming to the inventory. So when you are keeping the stock in the store location, okay, there is a store location data 1 and 2. So when I'm just talking about the 1 and 2, that means there is a two views. Okay, instead of one screen, they are divided. There are a lot of screens. There are a lot of fields. It is depending. So they are just divided like in the one screen there is some fields, and the second screen there is some other fields. Okay, that is what they are divided into 1, 2 screens. Okay, clear?
Okay.
So 1 and 2 means the basic data 1 also they have some fields, and basic data 2 also there will be so there is screens are different. One screen 1, screen 2, like that. Okay.
Okay.
And when I'm not talking about the 1 and 2, that means it is only single screen. Okay, there is no other screens. Okay, clear?
Okay.
And this is a store location which is like inventory related. Okay, completely inventory related. And when we're discussing about that, accounting, okay, finance related. What are the finance related or controlling related? Accounting, okay. You can say accounting 1 and 2, it is for the financial. Okay, finance related. Okay, so when I'm just buying the product, okay, so which GL account you are planning to keep the stock, because I said right, when you are doing any stock movements or stock transactions, okay, you should be intimate to the finance team. Okay, this is stock we are debited, this stock is created, like that we have to say, right? So that how it will be like the system will understood that which material should be go with this GL account. There are so many GL accounts. I have 10 GL account. One GL account represents the raw materials. One GL account will be the finished goods. One GL account is packing material. So how we can differentiate that? So from the accounting 1 and 2, we'll be entering that some key fields. Okay. So those key fields will be impacting. Okay. Okay. Now there will be a controlling and 1, 2. So I said right, controlling finance is different and controlling is different, right?
Yes.
So this is cost related mostly. Okay. Finance and controlling and warehouse management. Warehouse management 1 and 2. Okay. So this is for the I said right. What is the warehouse management? The use of the warehouse management is to keep the stock in the exactly bin where
Column.
exactly the bin you are
Column.
storing. Right?
Yes.
So in our location where exactly you are keeping the stock. That is the main warehouse management. It is okay. Now coming to the there will be one more which is forgot. So if you see that I covered the warehouse management, I have covered the finance and accounting, finance and control, and I have covered inventory, and I have covered the sales, and I have covered the ordering. That means purchasing and common. But there is something like which is planning, MRP. Okay, MRP 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Right. So product majorly PP will use. Okay, there will be other than this one we have also work scheduling. Okay, so these are the majorly PP related. Okay, production planning. But if they have some planning on the procurement, they can go with the MM as well. Okay, so I said right, reorder point to like stock levels, which is like it is not integrating with the PP, right? Because that will be checking the stock levels, right? So there is no use of the PP here. So they can in that case, MM can take care about the MRP 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, in some cases. Okay,
Okay.
clear?
Okay.
Other than this one, we have the text also. So for each level, okay, at basic level, okay, and at purchasing level, okay, at sales level, okay. So there will be text is there, okay. So the text is nothing but like if you want to mention that some conditions or some note in the material master record, that you can use that text field. Okay, it's like a white paper. You can write anything, whatever you want to write, you can write. Okay, just for the information to the tomorrow. If suppose I'm creating the purchase order, if I'm creating the purchase order, then I can see that okay, is there any note? It is there. Okay, so there is a something note they mentioned. What note it is? Okay, this material is too dangerous, so you cannot use directly this material. Okay, you should be used some gloves or some safety measurements you have to be take care. So that was a note. So so that will give to the idea to the when store people they are receiving the stock. So they will be properly maintaining that all the safety guidance, right?
Mm.
That text you can maintain paper. Okay.
Okay.
Even you can mention this information to the vendor as well. Okay, in PO. Clear?
Mm. Mm.
So these are the major. Okay, these are the major. Other than this one, we have some characteristics also. It is there. Okay, this characteristics is nothing but like a class. When you want to be planning to define the class, okay, that means suppose uh, I am creating the batches. Okay, so batch maybe having the different characteristics, or maybe quality parameters have the different characteristics, or for my material have a different class. Like suppose I have t-shirt is there. The t-shirt color is red color, and the size will be 32, and
Mm.
full sleeve. Okay, and with collar. Okay,
Mm.
there will be some measurements are there, right? So characteristics like you will be you can define the characteristics of that product. Okay,
Mm.
that also you can define here. Okay? Or maybe batches. So when you receiving the uh, stock on batches, so what you need to check the characteristics level, what information will be there in the product. Okay, that also might be you can maintain that characteristics. Okay, so majorly this information when you creating a metal master record, so these are the major information: basic data one to purchasing and sales organization, store location data, accounting data, controlling data, warehouse management data, MRP text. Okay, these are the
Mm.
views. So it is not easy to create a master record. Okay, so all the information, if it is there, then only we can say that is complete material master record, which is fulfilled. Okay,
Okay.
but I say that it is not necessary for every material, right? So if I have finished goods, then I need sales data, but I don't need purchasing data because I never buy the product, this product, because this finished goods we are producing. So in this case, when we are producing the material, then we don't need the uh, purchasing because we don't need to buy from outside because we are producing that. Okay. If
Mm.
suppose I'm talking about the raw materials, so raw materials always I'm buying from outside, but I will not sell to the customer. So in that case, I can maintain only purchasing data. I will not be maintain the sales data.
Mm.
So it is not necessary every time. So again, controlling also. If you want to do the cost analysis and particularly for production purpose, then you can go with the controlling, or else you don't need controlling, right?
Mm. Mm.
So from MM point of view, if you want to run perfectly, then you need basic data, the basic level. Okay, and then I need store location data because I need to keep the stock in the store location level, and I need accounting because when I just receive the stock, I need to be informed to the
Mm.
client, informed to the finance team. This
Finance.
stock we receive debit and credit. So these are the four which is very important for the MM. Okay, other than this one, okay, if we have the option, you can, if you your client using this information, then you have to be maintained, but other than that we don't require. Okay,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
clear?
Okay.
So so how you know how the system will understood that which information which is required because you are creating multiple material types, right? Multiple types of materials like raw materials,
Mm.
perishables, food items, okay, spare items, like so many materials are you are creating, and your company have their own rules and regulations. Then how system will understood that which department it is required, which department it is not required, that you are controlling in the material type level. So here controlling on
Mhm.
which view it is required.
Okay.
Okay, so when you selected a material type, based on the material type, the system will say that okay, this information it is required, this view it is required, this view it is not required.
Mhm.
Clear? Is
Okay.
it clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that we will be discussing in the MetaMaster record. And when we are talking about a database table, okay, I think MetaMastercard, we already discussed the transaction codes, right? So what is the transaction code for MetaMastercard creation?
ME.
MetaMastercard creation MM01, right?
Okay.
MM01,
Yeah.
MM02,
M02,
MM03,
MS,
MM02,
MMM.
okay, MM03. So there are so many materials, so there are so many things there, right? MMAM, okay, mass it is there, MM18 is there, right?
Yes.
So MM17 is there. So many it is there, okay?
Mm.
But when we're talking about the tables, okay, generally how it will be like, okay, basic data will be in the one table, okay, purchasing data will be in the one table. But sometimes what will be happen, there will be a like integrating also. So maybe one table have the multiple data information also it will be there, okay? So if I say that Mara, okay, it is mostly it is the like Mara have the basic data information. Okay? When we're talking about the Mara table, so Mara table have the basic data information. But when we're talking about purchasing, okay, so MARC have this table have the purchasing data information. Okay, and when we're talking about sales related MUKE is a table, database table. Okay, so in this database table, I can see that the sales data 1 and 2, 3 information I can see in here. Okay, and store location when I just see that I can see in a MARD. Okay, but some information might be it is covered in the MARC also. Okay, some information which is covered in the MARC, but majorly 99.9% will be in MARD. Okay, and here this is the like MBW. Accounting data will be there in the MBW. Okay, and controlling and it will be like MARC. Okay, and MRP data also will be there in the MARC. I said right. So some tables will be covered integration also. Okay, so some information will be there in the MARC, some information will be there in MARD, like it will be there. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Any doubts here?
No.
So any other questions?
No, it's okay.
So if you want to see that descriptions, sometimes what will be happen here, okay, we'll be maintaining that different languages, okay, different languages. So we are maintaining that different descriptions. Like if I say that, I can understand that from English language, I can see that my English language. But if there are somebody they're looking from the Chinese or somebody they are looking from Germany, okay, and that those are will be there in the MAKT. Okay, so there are so many it is there. Okay, so there will be a like bomb related and characteristics related. So there are so many it is there. Okay, but these are the major one tables. Okay, so going forward we'll discuss whenever it is needed for other tables. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So any questions here?
No.
So some of that like you can say that. Okay. KT make it is the material description. Okay. So if you want, if you maintain the 10 languages for the same material number, I can see in the MAKT. Okay. So like unit of measures also, I said right, the conversions also. So multiple conversions will be maintaining. So that information, if you want to see that also, you can see in the MARM table. Okay. So like there are so many materials, so many it is there, so many tables are there, but major tables are these tables, okay? Because going forward we will get so many tables. So everything at a time, if you want to remember that it's very difficult. So these are the major table. So you just remember these tables. Okay? The basic level tables which we need to remember. Because in interview point of view, they will definitely ask you about that. Okay, which table you are using in the MetaMaster record. Because these when we are doing development, suppose if your client is asking that. So it's very difficult. I have to go MM01, MM02, MM03. Okay, to creation of the metal master card to go manually. It's very difficult to me. So my I need requirement like I just maintain all this data in the Excel. I will upload. That means I need some program, customized program. Okay.
Okay.
Instead of I'm entering manually all this information, I'll put in Excel file and I'll just uploading that Excel file. So the system should create automatically MetaMaster card. So that case, how we can do? Okay, we will be preparing the functional spec. Okay, FSC is nothing but like we'll be like we just telling that functional spec. This one functional specification. What it is there? Technical information will be there. Technical information. What you are planning to implement, and the details of the customized program.
Okay.
Okay, and logic, how it will be work for the logics. Okay, because if I go to I need to upload program. Okay, so I just need to be intimate to the ABAPer. So I said right, ABAPer will work on the all the customization, right?
Yes.
So, but
Yes.
you have to be provide some information on this one also.
Yes.
So what BAPI? So generally we are using BAPI to create upload programs. Okay. So some generally when we are using when we are planning to create any upload program, we are using BAPI. Okay, so you can find this BAPI so many in the SAP. Okay, so when we talking about the MetaMaster card, so there will be a MetaMaster separately. We have the BAPI and vendor each and every master data. Okay, each and every master data we have the one MetaMaster one BAPI. Okay, so that BAPI you have to be provided about technical ABAPer. Okay, so they will be preparing that. Okay, they will be creating the program. Okay, they will be creating the program and they will be implement the program. So that what they can do tomorrow user instead of they are creating manually, they can use the Excel upload and they can do. Okay.
Okay.
So there are so many BAPI programs are there. Okay. Generally, how it will be like? It will be start like BAPI underscore material underscore. Okay. Save underscore data like so. There are so many BAPIs are there. So you need to be understand that which one you need to be used. So like some BAPIs will be there. Okay. So even goods movement have a separate BAPI. Everything will be there. Okay. So we just need to give the BAPI number and we just give the information of the basic data information, Mara table, and in Excel file, how you are planning like, okay, so they are entering the material number or they are entering material type, they are entering that which views it is required, okay, and which field it is mandatory and which field they are entering. So that field, okay, suppose let's say in my Excel, so let's assume that my Excel like, okay, so material number is there. Okay, then type is there. Okay, and views I can say like basic data, purchasing data, Excel data. Then I can say that base unit of measure. Okay, and I have the purchasing group. Okay, then order unit. Okay, then sales unit, or maybe I can have the I can say like what batch management. Okay, so like there are so many fields are there, so that they are entering in the Excel file. So whether it is mandatory or not mandatory depends on that. Okay, they're mentioning here. Okay, so now what you need to do, you just need to tell to the ABAPer, okay, this is the way they will be entering that. Okay, this material number will come from Mara table. Okay, and the field name is MATNR. Okay, and this table material type I can find from Mara table. Okay, then again for the field is a MATRD. So you can just find this number name and field name from the SC69, which we discussed last time, right? SC69 and SC16 and SC11.
Mm.
Did you remember? So that we can see table and view field name. So there you can see that the table name and the field name. Okay.
Okay.
And you can mention that length also. Okay, 18 characters, 4 characters, how many the characters. Okay. So you have to provide all this for. Suppose it is there Mara. Okay. So base income measure it is there. So then Mara. Okay. Then MEINS. So like you have to provide that information. Then if there is any logic it is there, particular logic, then that logic also you can provide. Okay. And you can give it to the ABAPer. They will be planning that, okay, they can use this PAPI and they write the program and they are using this field and table names. Okay. Suppose purchase group is there. So purchase group will not be there in the Mara table and it will be there in the MARC table. Okay. So then they will be enter here. Okay. This is an MARC table. So I say right that table names here, Mara table, Mars table. That's why the tables, the table name and table names are very, very important. Okay. So this is the what for the middle master record or related. Okay. And the configuration which is when we talking about the configuration. Okay. Whatever the fields which is there in the entire this all, what are the fields it is there, it will be there in the configuration. That means suppose I'm just talking about base unit of measure. So I can use somewhere I can create some base unit of measures. Okay, customize as standard. Maybe most of things are the standard, but we can create a customize as well. Okay, so something like store location related information, purchase groups. So again, I can create a purchase groups here configuration. So every what will happen, every master data and transaction data, whatever the data which we are using, that data we will be creating in the backend configuration. Okay. So like I said here, I said here grams and I said here tons. Okay. And I said here kgs. Okay. So if I blindly enter this number, the system will not take. Okay. Whether this measurement you already maintain in the configuration, like here I just maintain grams, I can maintain the kg, and I maintain tons, I can maintain packet, I maintain boxes. If it is there in the configuration, then only I can use here, or else I cannot use, right?
Okay.
So that is the
Yes.
configuration. So in front end, wherever I'm doing here, front end, okay, in the back end, that should be there. Okay.
Yes.
So wherever the text it is there, it is okay. Text is like a blank. I can enter anything. But wherever the field which is default in the backend, it is configured, that should be come from the configuration data. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay.
So any doubts here? This is the metal master card. Okay. So this is metal master card and configuration like how material type and field selection, number range, and how it is controlling and how the fields which you are defining, all this will be come under the from configuration master data. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is the enterprise structure, right? This is enterprise structure, and this is the metal master record, and this is metal master record configuration, and this is master data for the metal master record. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what is the next configuration when the master record? It's okay, right? You have any other work you can say?
No, I'm okay.
No problem, right?
No.
Okay. So when we're talking about a configuration, okay. So when I'm talking about a metal master card, what is the key factor here? What is the key factor? The majorly what it is controlling? The metal master, which factor it is controlling majorly?
Material.
No, material master. Metal
One
master.
time record.
No, it's a one-time record only, but which factor it is controlling? So what are the key factor it is controlling the metal master card? metal type, right? I'm talking
Yeah,
about metal type,
material.
right? So metal type is controlling the majorly the metal master card. So like in the vendor master card, okay, there is a vendor account group. Okay.
Okay.
So what is a vendor account group? What is a vendor account group? So like it will be justified that okay, what kind of the account group it is like, what kind of the vendor, is nothing but like domestic vendor or packing vendor or finance vendor, a service vendor, okay, or it may be transport vendor, okay.
Okay.
So the kind of the vendor it is like okay, how you are differentiating your vendors here. Okay, so here if you're talking about that, it is like same attributes. Okay, when we're talking about metal type, it is same attributes like okay, all this kind of the same attributes into the raw materials. All this kind of the materials in the same attributes, these are the finished goods. But if when I'm talking about a vendor account group, the kind of the work, okay, these are all vendors from the. I'm just to justify like these are all local vendors, domestic vendors, or transport vendors, or service vendors, or finance vendors, the payment vendors. Okay, or only goods delivery like okay, so like we are dividing that. So when we're talking about vendor account group, okay, always the vendor master record will be controlling by vendor account group. Okay, so based on the vendor account group, I can justify that okay, these are the vendors or domestic vendors. So if I need the list of all the vendors which is providing by service, okay, then I can get easily by entering the my service account group. Okay, so,
Okay.
so when I justify that vendor account group. Okay. So how we can divide service vendors? We can justify, okay, and transport vendors we can justify, okay, and we can justify like domestic vendors we can justify, and import vendors, abroad vendors we can justify, okay, and if there is any local, what we can say imports. Okay, custom related, custom duty. Okay, custom vendors also some of the custom vendors which we are paying amount to the because we directly cannot deal with the abroad vendors, import vendors. There will be like some custom vendors they will be dealing. Okay, so in that case, customs we can define. Okay, and financial vendors. Finance vendors is like a we are not purchasing anything. We just paying amount directly to the those vendors, financial related. Okay, so like there are so many vendors we can justify. Okay, sometimes dummy vendors also we can create one-time vendors. When say one-time vendor, this is dummy vendor. Okay, like duplicate vendor. Okay, sometimes what will be happen? Emergency I bought from the outside. Okay, on road, somewhat I find that. Okay, so that was that product when I'm trying to buy from my regular vendors, I didn't get. So I on road I got that. So I'm buying from that. So I just need to be justify that product. Okay, which vendor where we bought this one. I'm just creating like one duplicate vendor. That duplicate vendor I'm using, and I'm just saying that okay, this is a roadwala vendor. Okay, so like that. So they like we can differentiate all these vendors in the with vendor account group. So obviously when it is like we justified, we can have also field selection control. Like maybe abroad vendors, import vendors, no need information of the tax information, local information. But when we talking about domestic, they have their own tax information, tax number, and they have the EST, they have the own like duty numbers and service tax numbers. Everything it will be there. But when I'm talking about import vendors, there will be a different. Okay, so some fields are important, some fields are not important. When I'm just talking about domestic, some information which is important. When I'm talking about import vendor, some information which is important because mode of transport is also very important when it is like domestic and import. Because import, when we're talking about how you're getting the stock, mode of transport. So maybe air, so by using flights, transport flights we are using, or maybe sea. Okay, there will be we are using some sea way. Okay, but when we talk about domestic, maybe we are using buses, lorry transports on road. So that will be different, right? So obviously the field selection control is very important.
Okay.
And also here number range. So
Okay.
what's the number range, which number it is required for domestic vendors, for imported vendors. I can just differentiate this one. Okay, for domestic vendors, this is the number range. For import vendors, this is the number range. For okay, for service vendors, this is the number series. So tomorrow when I just seen that the vendor number starts with 9 series. Okay, this 9 series which we define for the service vendor, right? Okay. So when we're talking about a master data, when we're talking about master data here, so vendor majorly we are defined 3 ways. Okay. Like how we define here, each level basic data purchasing, sales, organized, like here vendor master card we are defining 3 ways. One is general information. So this general information is for everyone. Okay, either finance people they can use and purchasing people they can use. This information is common, like address information. It is common for everyone. Okay, fax information and tax information. Okay, or it may be the phone number. Okay, all this information will be like general information, and some of the information which is particularly for the accounting related, finance related. Okay, those will be like accounting, and some information which is only purchasing related. It does it will be purchasing.
Okay.
Okay, so when we talking about accounting, this is company code level information like bank details. Okay, and how mode of payments and condition payment terms. Okay, and duplicate invoices. All this will come under the accounting related. Okay, invoice check. So like, okay, when we're talking about purchasing, it's like who will be a contact person and purchasing group. Okay, and pricing, which pricing like domestic pricing or it is like, and what is the currency, how you're dealing with that. Okay, so all this information will come under the here purchasing. Okay, so they define that general information, general data. One, the second one is accounting, and third one is purchasing. Okay.
Okay.
So when we're talking about here, it is majorly on the purchasing organization level. Purchasing organization level. This is purchase organization level information. That means you can understand that when you creating the vendor master record, you need purchase organization and you need company code for company code information and general information which is normal, right? And when we're talking about metal master record, you need, if you see that the majorly it like a plant information it is required. Okay, so when I will tell you here, okay, when we're talking about metal master record, okay, I can say here this is plant information, measuring plant information, okay? Plant level information. And when it is like sales organization level information, so you can say sales office or sales area level information. So sales area is nothing but like a sales organization, distribution channel, and division. All together we say that the combination of the distribution channel and division. Okay, all this all together it is sales area. Okay, when we're just talking about a store location, okay, data, it's obviously store location data is required. This is store location under plant. Okay, plant under store location. So we can say plant under store location. That information will be there. Okay, and this is also plant level because this is we can say valuation area. Okay, but valuation area always it is plant. Okay, I'll tell you later what is the valuation area. Okay, and this is the controls again valuation area and plant level. Plant and valuation area. And warehouse management, it is warehouse related, and MRP, it is a plant level.
Okay.
When I'm just talking about the plant level or sales organization and valuation area level, when we're just talking about that, okay, so if I need to create a basic information, I don't need any information. So the material is common for entire company code. Okay, but irrespective of the plants, irrespective of the sales organization, irrespective of the warehouse management, all these things, the general information, basic data is a common for everyone. There is no change. Okay, but when I'm just talking about purchasing, plant to plant, the information will be changed. If it is Hyderabad plant, the purchasing data will be different. If it is Bangalore, the purchasing data will be different. Okay, and every location it will be different. Every plant it will be different. So that's why I just say that it is plant level. Okay, and when we're talking about the sales organization, okay, if there is a wholesale distribution channel, okay, wholesale or direct sales to the customer, or maybe a retail, okay, the platforms like, okay, the sales organization, where exactly from there the channels, okay, that will be different again when it is a different sales organization. Okay,
Okay.
so and store location again in the same plant, might be they have the different store locations like raw materials location, packing locations, and processing location, and freezing location. So like different locations are there. So each and every location have the different data. Okay, so like talking about that, okay, that information is very important. If I just need to be maintain the purchasing data, then plant code is very important. If I just need to be maintain some sales organization data, then sales organization, distribution channel, division is very important. And if you want to be maintain storage data, then again, which store location you want to plan. And if it is accounting, controlling all these things, it is plant related. And warehouse management, it is again warehouse management related. Okay, so if you understand here, okay, when you want to be metal master record, okay, what views you want to be planned, based on that you have to, your selection also will be there. Like when you selecting the basic data, purchasing data, then the system will ask that, okay, I understood that you are planning to create a metal master record for the purchasing data, then you have to enter that which plant it is. So for which plant you are planning to create. Okay, it is sales like that. Okay, so the key factors here, the organization structure level, but key factors here, plant is one thing, and the sales organization, distribution channel, division, warehouse number, okay, and valuation areas, and somewhat it will be like store locations. Okay, all these things which is important. Okay, so how here in the vendor master record, company code and purchase organization is very important. Like here, metal master record, you need plant and sales organizations, and those it is required. Okay, when it is required, when you selecting the particular view. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
So any questions here?
No, it's okay. Maybe if I see the views,
Yeah. I'll just get it that system. Okay, I just plan to show you. Okay, so when you're talking about the general information and accounting and purchasing information, that the tables also will be different. Okay, so here it will be like a LFA1, and here it will be like a LFB1. Okay, and here will be like LFM1. Okay, there might be some other fields also, some other tables like LFM2. So those are the partners related, partner or partner functions related, that we will discuss when we discuss about the vendor master record. Okay. Did you understand that what exactly it is there in the master data and what exactly it is there in the configuration? The configuration will be creating controlling back end controls. Okay. So maybe if you are discussing about some purchasing groups, okay, that also very important here in the configuration level. Okay, somewhat if you are doing some pricing, okay, domestic pricing, because the domestic pricing components are different, and when you're talking about the import pricing components are different, because domestic we don't need customs, but import customs very important, right? Because without paying the customs you cannot get your stock, right? So the pricing components will be different. Okay, so that will be discussing in the configuration level. Okay, so here you can say partner functions will be there. Okay, but what do you mean by partner functions? There might be having different partners. Okay, suppose I have company. but my financial dealings all it will be taken care by some third party company. It means the third party company will taking care about all the payments, all the cash related, all this information will be taken care by third party. So in that case, the third party is my partner. That is payment partner, right? And some maybe transportation, maybe. So I'm the vendor. Suppose let's say I'm the vendor. I'm supplying the goods, but I don't have any vehicle. So I'm using the third party transport, something which like VRL logistics, or it may be Orange and Travels. Okay? So what I'm just using the some transport. Okay.
Okay.
Those cases, he is my partner. Right? That partners also we can define here. Okay.
Okay.
So that will be the come under the master configuration. So there are so many configuration will come here. Okay. And here it will be like. Now if you go to purchasing for card, which we already discussed the tables EA and EI and EE table. If you see that last our discussion, we discussed already tables for the purchasing for card. Okay. So when we're talking about purchasing for card, we will be defining at purchasing organization level. Okay. That is one factor, or we can define at purchasing organization and plant level also. There is a possibility like we can define purchase info record at purchase organization level or at plant and purchase organization combination. Okay. So that when we define plant, that means it is particular plant specific. Okay. The info record. When we talking about purchase organization, that purchase organization is responsible wherever it is responsible for all it is the info record will be same. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So and this is the AORD table. Okay, so this will be like again material and the plant combination. So for each and every plant will be different for the source list. Okay, and this is also same material and plant. And what is the what do you mean by condition record? This is a pricing components, right? So if you want to maintain the automatic pricing, automatic pricing, like I said, right? Every day the gold rates will be different. Okay, every day if I want to go in for record and change the price, that is very difficult. If every time I just go purchase order, changing that price, it is very difficult every time. So if I just maintain a record in the condition record, pricing, it will be automatically picking into the info record and it will be picking into the purchase order. Okay. So like that information. Okay. So when we're talking about this source list, it is like EORD table. So most of the people, they are not using the quota arrangement because quota arrangement will be most of 99% they are not using quota arrangement. 1 or 2% they are used because the quotas they are because regular vendors they are majorly going with the regular vendors, right? Because every day if I'm buying the product, that means I'm also planning like regular vendors, right? So mostly it is not necessary quota arrangement. Okay. And for this one condition record, there are so many tables are there. KONH, KONP, okay, KOMB. There are so many tables are there here. So this is all pricing related condition number it is created. But the must data level, these are the very important. Okay. EORD, EANE, LFM1, LFM2, LFB1, LFA1. Okay, like different tables are very, very important. Any questions here? Okay, I think we'll stop today. Okay, so everywhere this is the same. If they are looking for the upload program, okay, if they are looking for upload program, again the same structure. Here we'll be changing the LFA1 and the LFA1, the field name, LFM1, the field name. Wherever it is required, you can plan that. So the BAPI name will be different for each and every process. I'm just giving this is an example for the MetaMask card, but vendor master card, purchase info card, source list, purchase requisition orders, everything will be different. BAPI number. Okay. So BAPI generally we are using for BAPI to create upload programs. Okay. Okay. Just remember this one. Okay. So this is a technical word. Okay. BAPI. Okay. So any other questions then? If there is no question, then we'll stop.
Okay. I'll listen.
Evening, if there is a possibility, either we'll connect.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay, just tell me what time we'll connect. Afternoon we'll connect. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay.